Welcome to another VeChain update. Like always, make sure to check out our YouTube memberships and our Patreon if you want access to all of our charts and if you want access to our Discord server where we post multiple updates a day. And I hope you enjoy this video. So in this video, I actually want to talk about the long-term potential of Chainlink. And why am I going to do that instead of talking about the short-term? Well, because there's nothing going on right now. But I'm also going to talk about the short term, but I'm going to talk about it at the end of the video. So if you want to get to that, just skip to that part. And yeah, let's talk about the long-term potential. So first, I need to talk about what happened in the previous cycle. In the previous cycle, we went up in 3 waves to form a first wave move to the upside. Then in the bear market, we went down into an ABC structure to form a second wave move down. And right now we are working on a third wave of this 1-2 setup that we have on the chart. And obviously this is going to take years to complete. It's not going to get done in this cycle, obviously. In this cycle, we will focus on completing the first 5 waves, well, the 5 waves required for a first wave of the main third wave move to the upside. And I'm not saying that we will complete 5 waves because in the previous cycle, in the first wave, we did not get 5 waves. We only got a 1-2-3 setup or an ABC structure. So something similar could happen again, theoretically. However, there's also the possibility that we just complete 5 waves and we do something else and we do not copy what we did here. So it's gonna, be very interesting to see what happens with this. Now, we also have a 1-2 setup on the chart right now. In the first wave move right here, we went up in 5 waves. I know, I keep saying 5 waves, but VeChain going up in 5 waves is actually very bullish. Here we went up in a 1-2-3-4-5 setup. This is obviously a 1-2-3-4-5 setup. That completed a first wave move. Then for the next 6 months, or maybe even more, maybe like 8 months, we went down into an ABC structure. The second wave move down, I believe, got to the 0.618 support level of the first wave move. And I did tell you back here that this is a good buying opportunity because we just had a cross on the bull market support band. And I did tell you that it is possible that VeChain just does absolutely nothing for a couple of weeks after the cross, like it did, for example, over here. And as you can see here, for example, after the cross, it did nothing. But a couple of months later, or actually a couple of weeks later, it broke above the bull market support band and, it just started going crazy. And here we did the exact same thing. I did predict that this will happen and it did happen. So things are looking extremely good for VeChain right now. Also, I believe I said Chainlink. Maybe I didn't. I'm sorry if I did. I just made a Chainlink video. And yeah, right now, after getting to the 0.618 support level of the first wave right here, which I don't have on the chart, but you're gonna have to believe me, after getting to this level, we bounced and we formed another 1-2-3-4 setup. Right now, we seem to be in a fourth wave move, and the fourth wave move actually got to the 0.618 support level of the third wave, and this was actually very, very, not great because we don't really want to break down below the 0.618 extension. As you can see, the 0.618 was literally the last time VeChain had a chance to bounce. If we got below that level, we would pretty much go to the 0.786 support level. And, if we go to the 0.786 support level, which is at about 0.3 cents, that's going to pretty much invalidate the whole 1-2-3-4-5 setup, and it's going to turn this pattern into a diagonal, and I'm not really going to enjoy that. So let's hope that we do not get to 3 cents. If we do, I'm probably going to start turning bearish because that would also put us below the bull market support band. So yeah, right now we just need to hold support levels. And what do we need to do next to stay bullish? Well, first we need to stay above this low right here, which is at about 0.039 cents. And then we need to actually get to about 8 cents, which is the 200% extension of the 1-2 setup that we have on the chart right now. That's the third wave target. And yeah, after that, we could get a fourth wave move down and a fifth wave move up. And once we get these 5 waves will confirm that the fourth wave move down is in and that the fifth wave move up is also in. And what does this fifth wave move up? Well, like I said, these 5 waves up will only complete a first wave of the main third wave move to the upside, which means that after this we will need an ABC structure for a second wave move down, which could happen very, very fast because keep in mind, Bitcoin dominance is expected to start dropping, so this second wave move down could literally take days, maybe even 1 day. But it could be very, very impulsive. It could be a 30% drop in a matter of 1 day, and then we continue with the third wave of the third wave. And yeah, the minimum target for the main third wave up here is at 23 cents. That's also the 200% extension of this 1-2 setup that we have on the chart. Now, of course, we could overextend to the 2.272 extension, maybe even the 2.618 extension, but the minimum target is at 23 cents, and we'll see if we get there or not. You can obviously expect there to be a lot of resistance right here, because this is near the previous all-time highs. So we'll most likely get rejected here, and the third wave move to the upside should top by May of 2025. Now, why May of 2025? Well, because that happened in the previous cycle. Well, actually here we topped in April, but May is more possible because there's a thing that people say in crypto, and that is sell in May and go away. And why do they say that? Because the altcoin market does not really do that well during the summer, because people are at the beach, they are drinking beers, and they don't really care about the altcoin market. They mainly care about Bitcoin during the summer, but even Bitcoin tends to drop during the summer. So yeah, you can expect a drop during the summer, and that's when I believe that the fourth wave move down will happen. And the fourth wave move down should pop by the end of July, and we should start going up again in August, and the fifth wave move up should be able to get somewhere between 34 cents and maybe even 56 cents in a more bullish scenario by the end of, let's say, September to maybe November of 2025. Now keep in mind, in the previous cycle, VeChain did not form 5 waves up, so there is a possibility that we do the exact same thing in this cycle and we just do an ABC structure to the upside rather than a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 setup. But that's just speculation right now, and obviously nobody knows what's gonna happen. We don't have a crystal globe, so we don't really know what's gonna happen. We just use the chart and what happened in the previous couple of cycles, at least on the Bitcoin chart, to get an idea of what might happen next. And so far that has worked out pretty well, but it's not going to work out forever. But keep in mind, VeChain is still expected to go up, so this should not really worry you. Bitcoin dominance is still near cycle highs, so of course you cannot expect VeChain and the other altcoins to do very well right now. Now of course there are a couple of exceptions, for example XRP, but even then, expect XRP to start going down very very soon. And why am I saying that? Because we are pretty much overbought on the monthly chart, and the last few times when we got to the overbought territory on the monthly chart, on the XRP chart, we went down like 70% the following month, and it happened every single cycle, so it's most likely going to start happening again. So stop comparing XRP to the other altcoins and stop FOMOing in on the altcoins that are going up like 5x in a matter of 2 months. Of course, VeChain also did that, but the best time to buy was down here, not up here right now. Now, of course, we are in the support zone, so this could be a good buying opportunity, but it's obviously not going to be as good of a buy compared to if you bought down here. But it's still going to be okay if you manage to sell at these highs right here and you don't get too greedy. So yeah, Bitcoin dominance, like I said, it should start dropping soon, and I think it's only a matter of time until it does. I'm still expecting it to drop to about 40% in the next 12 months or so, maybe 18 months, if we do what we did in 2021 and 2022, rather than what we did in 2017 and 2018, and it should start dropping very very soon, but it is possible that Bitcoin dominance just goes sideways until March. And I'm not really a fan of that idea because we got to the 0.618 support level, well, the resistance level of the previous all-time high, just like we got up here in the previous cycle, and we got rejected by that level, and we went down like 6% in November, and during that time VeChain actually went up quite a lot. It went up from 1.8 cents all the way up to like 8 cents. And then we had a correction, and this correction makes sense because this is a fourth wave move down. But it also makes sense because Bitcoin dominance is going up again. Now, if Bitcoin dominance dropped like 6% and VeChain went up like 4x during that time, imagine what happens when Bitcoin dominance drops another 18% from where we are at right now. VeChain is going to start going insane, and of course, I'm not only talking about VeChain, the other altcoins will also finally start going up, so I think it's only a matter of time until that happens. However, if we are copying what we did in the previous 2 cycles, and if Bitcoin dominance just does absolutely nothing until March, then it is possible that VeChain just does absolutely nothing until March as well. However, like I did tell you multiple times, I don't think it's a possibility because we had a cross on the bull market support band, so I think it's only a matter of time until we start going down. It's going to start breaking down very, very soon. We are still in a lower high structure, so at some point it will have to break down. And yeah, the cross on the bull market support band is still looking very, very good. Now, of course, we are not copying what we did in the previous 2 cycles. We did not drop 48 days after the cross, but you know, there's still time to do it. And also, I was talking about Bitcoin dominance starting going down in March. I don't think that would make sense in this cycle because in this cycle, the Bitcoin halving actually happened 2 months earlier than it did in the previous cycle. So that's why I believe that Bitcoin dominance will start dropping 2 months earlier than what I did in the previous 2 cycles. But maybe I'm wrong this time. Who knows? We'll have to wait and see. And that's all I have for this video. I hope you enjoyed this Chainlink update. If you did, make sure to check out our YouTube memberships and our Patreon if you want access to all of our charts and if you want access to our Discord server where we post multiple updates a day. Like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.